Hello friends, now we are going to study shunt inductor compensation. We provide shunt inductor compensation for two things. The first one is voltage profile control and second one is power factor improvement. So when we will provide the shunt inductor compensation for voltage profile control and when we will provide the inductor compensation for power factor control. See the first voltage profile control. So whenever the excess of reactive power, then we will provide the voltage profile control shunt inductor compensation. So let us see this condition. We have one transmission line and we have one load. Let us assume this is Q1 reactive power demand and this is Q2 reactive power supplied at the receiving end. When Q2 greater than Q1 means supply is greater than Q1, then what will happen? The reactive power amount will be excess here. So there will be excess amount of reactive power here. Then what we could do is we can provide an inductor. So we can calculate the QL. So the QL value will be equal to Q2 minus Q1 in this direction particularly. I told you one concept that if whenever you have any kind of reactive power demand at the load terminal, this is Q1 and this is Q2, the difference QR will be equal to Q1 minus Q2 will be supplied. I am not mentioning here the inductor will be supplied. So if you will see, so the QR will be equal to negative here means negative reactive power has been supplied means positive reactive power has been given to the compensation. So the whatever excess amount of reactive power will be here, that will be transferred to the inductive reactor, or we can say that we apply inductive reactor or we apply inductor to consume reactive power. Whatever the excess amount of reactive power this inductor will consume, and we can show here variable. If it will be variable, then it will do the voltage control, and if it will be constant, then it cannot voltage control. We will study this in when we will study the load flow studies there in detail. So here it is all about the voltage profile control. Now we are going to see the effect in power factor control. So let us assume we have one system here. Q1 is demand. So for power factor improvement, we can see here if we are having a RC load means leading power factor, and we want to improve the power factor. So you can see how P1 minus JQ1 means P1 power demand is to the load, and minus Q1 means minus Q1 is required, so Q1 will be given back. So here we can write this. So we are going to write the QR dash. Previously QR was equal to minus, you can see without compensation the Q1 is also supply, Q2 is also supply, so minus Q1 minus Q2. So QR dash, if you will calculate after compensation, we know that the direction of QL will be here, so we can write minus Q1 minus Q2. QR dash will be equal to demand minus supply. So demand is here QL, you can see demand is QL, so QL minus of Q1 plus Q2 here, and if we will write QR dash is equal to, so QL minus Q1 minus Q2, or we can also write QR dash is equal to minus Q1 plus QL minus Q2. So we can term at this Q1 dash. So initially, without affecting the reactive power, the supplied was minus Q1 from the load, and now the reactive power supplied, that is minus Q1 plus QL. So we can see in terms of power diagram, P minus P1 minus JQ1. So this is P1 and this is, if you can write, Q1, plus J is upward. So minus J will be downward, and we will not write here the minus Q sign, directly the downward direction. So this is negative. So previously it was like this, but when we are doing the compensation, it will minus Q1 is downward, so plus QL will be upward. So here it will be QL. So initially the power factor was 5.1 and now it had changed to 5.1 dash, means angle has been reduced, and this will become Q1 dash. So now you can see clearly from here that the power factor angle has been reduced, means power factor value is increased. Or also we can see here, initially our load was P1 minus J into Q1, but after compensation we will combine this, it will become P1 minus J into Q1 minus QL. So if you will see this, then we can see that initially minus Q1 and now it is reduced to minus Q1 minus QL. So whenever the reactive power value will decrease and the power factor value will increase. So here it is all about the shunt inductor compensation. Thank you.